Reno, the jewel in the crown of the great silver state, home to a carnival so crazy they named it twice, Circus Circus. I guess that brings me back to the beginning of the story. I was the greatest eater the world had ever seen, and the chumps were taking the bait. Everyone was sure I was going to win. And Clyde, he'd slipped all the way down to 10-1. All I had to do was take a fall at the sixth pie. But there was some funny business going on backstage, and let's face it, clowns are in the business of being funny. I thought Clyde was the smart bet, but at 40-1 odds, Marla was the real long shot. Ever get the feeling when you look up and can't spot the sucker? Well, I'd always dreamed about being screwed by Marla, but when it actually happened, it wasn't exactly what I'd been fantasizing about. Clyde was out of the contest. Marla was in the lead with 10 pies to my 6, and time was running out. I was finished, kaput, behind the 6, not to mention all the side bets I'd placed with money I didn't have. The Reno heavies already had a hole in the desert picked out for me. But looking out into the crowd, I realized that even if the calm was off, I still had something to eat for. Pride. Oh yeah. And the most important thing, the winner's prize was 10 grand and a trip to Mexico. My best chance to get out of town before the bookies found me. As the final seconds ticked away, I had just enough time to eat one last pie and beat Marla. Some folks say the pie tin's half empty, others say it's half full. But those crooked judges, they didn't give a damn. They were in Marla's pocket, and they said time had run out. But I had bigger fish to fry. Seems the Reno bookies weren't as understanding as old Wide Clyde, and they were coming to collect. But like I said, this ain't the story about how I escaped that mess, or what happened to Marla or Clyde, neither. No. This here is a story about how I bit off more than I could chew, and lived to tell about it.